Hey there, it's the Machine of Nonsense, episode 159, and we are talking Black History Month. We're having a draft, and we're feeling great about it. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by Kayla.
Hey.
We've got Mike.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Backdraft. Damn it. All right. I need a minute. I need to get the list.
That is
together.
an incredibly white movie from my remembrance. I don't know that there's a single.
I misread the script. Sorry.
Demetrius, get this train back on the track.
Yeah, see, I thought you said Black Mystery Month, so I got a different list that I have to retool.
We'll each just do our own thing.
I love it. So we.
I think I'm on. I understood the assignment myself.
Good stuff.
A+ student.
Kayla, listen.
Right. You know it.
So if you didn't get it from that intro, we are doing a Black History Month pop culture draft. Our favorite creators, performers, and characters in pop culture. We want to celebrate. It's the month of February here in the States, and we like to celebrate our Black creators, performers, and characters, and maybe some other wild cards. We'll be doing 6 categories. Before we get to that, I think we should talk a little bit about a different draft. Our 2024 video game draft is going fast and furious now. A bunch of releases already this year into February. Right now, Kayla's had 3 games released. Her team, Uncharted Territory, is technically in first right now with 3 games released. Yeah. I've had 2 games. Scary. Kayla's had 3, I've had 2, Mike has had 1, and D has also had 1. His team, Big Anime Titles, continues.
He's about to get another one, though.
Someone's had a big one that's coming at pre-review out, but looking like he's going to get
he might get some points for Rebirth. He might do okay. In the early goings, early reporting, not locked in yet, it is trending. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is trending at a critical score of 93. So he hasn't scored points there yet, but it would represent the highest score so far for a game. Demetrius has 11 points because he scored an 81 critic score for Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, the one that was released there. Keeping up the theme a little bit, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth scored 19 points for Mike, the quadruple triad. Critic rating of 89 for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I've done less well, I'll say. Helldivers 2, despite all the popularity, despite it's the only thing anyone on the internet's talking about right now, scored me 12 points with an 82 critical score. I guess they don't like those server issues they're having, I suppose. And Pacific Drive, kind of a late round pick for me, scored me 8 points for a critical score of 78. Kayla leads the pack. She's had 3 released at this point. Persona 3 Reload, 18 points with an 88 critic score. Tekken 8 sitting at a hot 90 critic score, which is worth 20 points. And Mario vs. Donkey Kong Remake, 77 critic score for 7 points. So Kayla's sitting at 45 points. I'm sitting at 20. Mike at 19. And Demetrius at 11 with tons to go on the 2024 draft. There. No surprises yet, right? I think everything kind of is what we kind of thought it was.
I thought Helldivers 2 would be higher.
So did I. You know. Silly.
It's unfortunate.
Little critics.
And it seems like that my unannounced Mario title is not long for this year.
True.
So I might be drafting with a handicap again.
We might have to do a mid-year refresh or something. Yeah, we have gotten the news that.
Well, how's that going to work? Kayla's whole list comes out in 2 weeks.
That's her handicap. She
Okay.
exploded too soon.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like she can't because our rule was if a game came out already, we can't repick. So it kind of worked out perfect last year.
It really did.
Everyone had like 2 things that weren't coming out.
I'm just trying to be nice to you, man. I don't want you to have 4 games.
Hey, who knows? Still could happen.
It's only February.
True.
It wouldn't let me draft Shadow of the Erd Tree either, if you guys remember.
Oh, that's right. I was like, man, I knew someone tried to get it, and that was weird.
It's very odd. I want to redo the whole thing.
But we should. Cancel this draft.
Calling for a redraft already? Huh?
Cancel this and redraft today. I'm ready. I know what to pick. Do I get first pick?
We're gonna randomize it here. Any points of business before we get to the Black History Month draft? I think we're
Balatro.
Balatro, you want to talk some Balatro, the roguelike card game?
Really fun. Yeah, this is a poker roguelike, and it's really fun. So basically, you are dealt out. I think you start off with like 8 card hand, and you are just trying to make the best hand of poker that you can. And you're getting multipliers for different hands and things like that. And you collect these buffs called jokers that will do crazy stuff. Like if you get a straight, you get a ×20 multiplier or something, which is really good, but then you're focusing on getting straights a lot based on, the different buffs that you get. Like you're getting, so in between rounds of poker, you can get buy different cards that buff either your multiplier for getting different suits or hands of poker. You're getting buffs to individual cards themselves. You can make a 2 into an ace. You can just transform it somehow, or you can make a card into a holographic card, and it's worth more chips if you play it and score with it. And I haven't won at all or anything. I've gotten some good runs where I get pretty deep in, but it's a blast so far. I'm really liking it.
How long is like a run for? How long's that been for you?
I've had a couple 45-minute to an hour.
Oh wow,
runs it seems.
And the pot just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And how does it end?
Well, so it's it'll give you 3 levels. It'll be small blind, big blind, and then a blind that has a special rule. And so basically you're just you're not playing against anybody in this game. You are just trying to score whatever the score for the level is. So the first level is always 300, which you could probably do in 1 to 2 hands. But by the time you get to I think I've gotten close to round 18.
Whoa.
It's the blind is 38,000 or something. And if you don't have, by that time, you're going to have a bunch of jokers that hopefully give you tons of multipliers. So you're scoring, if you get a really good hand, you can score tens of thousands. And then that's going to keep going crazier as you progress even past that point. I've just seen screenshots of people's finished runs and their best hand was over 100,000 points or something, so it's really fun. It's on Switch, it's on Steam. And I think it was $15. So
that's what you're playing on Switch?
Yep. I'm playing on Switch. It works pretty well. A lot of frustrating moments for me where I hit, because you can also you get amount of discards, so you could choose up to 5 cards in your hand and then discard them and get new cards. You can do that, I think, 3 times in a round.
Jeez.
And I have automatically hit play hand or discard when I wanted to do vice versa, and that really feels bad. When you play a hand and you discarded a bunch of 2s and 3s, and you just get 3 points for playing a high card 3. But If you're gonna play this game, take your time. Take your time. But other than that, yeah, just gearing up for Rebirth. I haven't played that demo.
I haven't either. Haven't touched it.
I know Aaron's been rocking it and digging it. He likes the item stuff, transmogrify stuff a lot.
Seems like it's gonna be big. Seems like there's gonna be a lot of mechanics and stuff.
So much stuff.
Eric's playing the demo.
No, I'm not playing
Right?
the demo. I'm playing the intermission, the Yuffie stuff, the DLC that came out for the
DLC.
original remake.
Should I play that? Should I try to?
I don't. So far, nothing has happened that I'm like 3 hours in. I think it's like a 7-hour type experience, and in like the 3 hours that I'm in, nothing's happened where it's moving the story like forward. It's showing like a parallel story, really. Like I've run into like Cloud and Barrett and stuff. But like I've crossed paths with them, but not like interacted with them essentially.
Yeah.
So, I think it probably is good to get like back in. I find myself kind of having a little bit of trouble with the battle system. It might be how Yuffie controls versus how like the other characters controlled. I remember really liking that battle system and being able to like really grasp it fairly early on in the other, but I'm struggling a little bit with Yuffie, and Sonan is her like companion in this.
Okay.
So you get two characters. You
You
only control the
him?
one. You can like swap to him and give him commands and stuff.
But
I don't.
So we don't really know how Sid's gonna work.
Right. Yeah. I don't think you can take direct control so much as like move him around the battlefield and stuff.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous too because like I'm really excited to play as Red 13, but people are saying like he's like a parry character or something like that. So
He's a counter specifically character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'll just be Tifa again.
He's what is it? He's like a type of tank.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. See, I don't think of Red as that, but
Same. I didn't think of that either. But I mean, I've watched some gameplay. He got a thing called Revenge Counter, and it looks really cool. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, it's very busy. Like it, at least in the intermission DLC. Like I'm moving fast. I'm moving a lot. I'm being asked to like potentially put in a lot because you can kind of command your friend Sonan to do some things as well if you want to really maximize damage and keep. It's about pressuring the opponent and stuff, kind of staggering them. So I think it's probably going to be closer. Like I feel like Rebirth is going to be closer to the combat in intermission than maybe it is to the other remake. But we'll see. One thing I like, it looks really good. I remember how good like Final Fantasy looks on the PS5 and stuff. And
I'm hearing weird things about Rebirth though, with fidelity issues depending on. Because I want it to be, I kind of want the frames. I think so, but I've heard that if you play in performance, everything's just like weird. Like I don't know, not high fidelity, like 4K ish. I guess I don't know. I
always go for like when you have either performance or visual mode or whatever. I always go for the visuals. I want. I'm an old school. I'm a graphics guy. You know, I want the graphics. Give me all the graphics. And
look at those polygons.
Yeah, give me. I think they've doubled 64 at this point. It's great. Yeah, no, it's fun. The intermission thing. I think I should have enough time. We're getting damn close. We're 4 days away from Rebirth at this point. Yeah, maybe I won't finish it by then. I don't know, but we'll see. One other thing I wanted to shout out, I guess, in addition to intermission, was Silo. Guys, go and check out Silo on Apple TV or wherever you get your things. If you like Fallout, I think, which is real weird because we're getting a Fallout show this year, but I think this is. I haven't seen the Fallout show, so I can't say, but like this is really accurate representation of the
Same
like
setup.
Fallout universe. Like imagine being like in a vault, and
In the vault.
if you understand like how the vaults in the Fallout were kind of a little bit of a thought experiment, or a little bit of like things, a mystery to the people dwelling in them, let's say. Silo hits that on multiple levels. It's a good murder mystery. It's a good, just cool, very well realized world. It's post apocalypse, but like where the past is very obscured. People don't really know anything about even the recent past in a really cool way. It sets up a world that is very unique, I would say, from our own. Just people not understanding what it's similar to like Horizon, I guess, where like, you know, you get a trinket in that game, and it's a watch or something, but it'll be called like ancient bangle of, you know, destruction or whatever. Like it's kind of that. But
it's got Little Mermaid bullshit in it.
It's got some Little Mermaid bullshit, but it's like the most high quality Little Mermaid bullshit you'll ever.
I don't want no dingle hoppers in my life. I don't.
Silo guys, check out the dingle hoppers in Silo. That's all that I've been up to. Demetrius, what you been up to? Get to this draft here.
I've been waiting for my chance to support the troops to fight for managed democracy in our galaxy, for liberty, for the justice of Super Earth. What do you mean? What have I been doing? I've been doing my part. Okay, I've been doing my part.
Helldiving, you liking it?
It's a lot of fun. Even like for me, since I haven't really got a chance to play like this type of game in a minute, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to just be in a setting where it's like, no, not fighting your comrades. Join your comrades. Liberate the universe. Play with your friends, not against. And it's great. It's a fun time.
I'm so excited to jump in. Have you had any issues with the servers and stuff, or wait times?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
They did not expect people to want to play their game, so they didn't get the kind of support for people wanting to play their game, and they're drowning. And it's honestly, it's a problem that a lot of people want to have.
Yeah, it's a good problem.
Yeah, wildly successful. I hope it speaks to like what we can expect maybe from PlayStation, putting stuff on PC, or putting out just good fun multiplayer games that you can play. Kayla and I always looking for good co-op stuff. So hopefully they get the service.
But then you should be checking out Foam Stars.
Is it fun?
It looks fun. I'm not gonna lie, it looks fun. I actually sat and watched a breakdown of how the game works. It's kind of like a hero shooter Splatoon, like type of game. So it looks fun. I can't act like it doesn't look like it's fun. At least
did that one?
It's free to download. So.
Okay, I was gonna ask if it came to PS Plus.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Well, maybe I'll check that. I've always wanted to. I've never played any of the Splatoons, and I've always wanted
people
to.
can play at a time, like together.
Yeah.
On Foam Stars, I think
I'm
that's
not sure if it's like split screen or anything like that, or
right. Yeah,
but
probably.
Do you know how many are in a drop? It's a drop.
Oh,
thing,
gotcha.
Right?
I think like 6 on 6 or something like that, or
that's
maybe even more than that.
Yeah, 5, 5, 6, something like that. Yeah,
it looks like something I'm going to end up playing with or for my daughters so that they can see what it looks like.
Yeah,
I think it'd be fun. I want to just see the foam physics of it all.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it could be fun as like a party game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Check out this wild thing.
Hey, I mean, there's enough of us on this podcast.
Yeah, let's set up a LAN party. Let's do it.
I'd play it. I'm pretty sure we could all get in a squad together. I would think.
Yeah, Well, sorry guys, draft is canceled. We're going to play some Phone Stars. No, Kayla, how you digging God of War Ragnarok?
I like it. I like it a lot. I didn't play Ragnarok when it first came out, so I'm just replaying the whole story to move into the DLC, to the Valhalla stuff.
Yeah.
So we're like
Sweet. How far are you?
12 hours in?
12 to
Oh, okay.
15, I think, is kind of where you were
Yeah.
at. Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember.
That game was
but I
pretty
really
long,
liked
right?
it. I think Eric had like 50 hours.
Yeah.
That was my save file. But I did like everything. I kind of maxed out. I don't know that I platinumed it, but I got close, I think, to platinuming it. So,
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like, I want to see the story and play a little bit. I really enjoy the fighting. It's so fun. I love Kratos. So.
And I don't think you've reached the best part of the combat yet, so.
No, but it's still so fun.
Yes.
I love all the combos and just wrecking them sometimes.
Oh yeah. Those big one-on-one optional boss fights that happen later on just seem just knowing okay, I'm going to start with this and then I switch to this and use all these things and then these things that should be, up
There's just so many things in the combat too. There are so many combos that you could easily just mash away, and I think for a lot of part that's what Eric did. I have a lot of fun. All right, I press R1 pause triangle and do whatever crazy thing you do. It's cool.
Yeah, it's similar to Spider-Man where there's so many. You can just kind of bow, 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 dodge, bow, 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 bow. But there are a lot of other cool options
if you know them.
You want to do them, yeah.
It sets it up so good sometimes.
It is funny.
It's a lot of fun.
The difference between, just me, R1, R2, R1, R2, to Kayla, swinging stuff around her back and throwing, projectiles. It is. She's taking full advantage of the different options.
I like the heavies.
Yeah. Pretty
well, yeah,
cool.
and then your equipment can drastically change your approach in that game. You might have super buffs to this one particular thing.
Pretty. Do you remember these eggs? These plant egg looking things that were gold and had a little pickup symbol hanging out of it, and they're the only way I have found to destroy them is with all of Freya's and my big heaviest throw, and then they explode and there's rawhide or scraps and stuff. They're fucking everywhere. I don't remember Eric finding things like this. I was wondering if they added them in later.
Yeah, for it's a different the two things I was thinking about is either they added them in a later update or as part of the DLC, or it might be the difficulty setting. I might have played on a slightly higher one. You're playing a slightly lower one, and but it's interesting that they add these resource pickups that you still have to work for them. You still have to find them in the environment and attack them in a certain way. But then you just get more resources, and I don't.
That is
remember
an interesting
them at
thought.
all.
Because I am you did balance and I did grace.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah. But good 2-year-old game at this point, and really excited to see the Valhalla DLC.
I've heard it's really cool. The Valhalla stuff.
Exciting. Even if it didn't land the plane, right? Shout out to the Naughties 2022. Let's get to the draft, folks. I've got the randomizer up here. Let's randomize the list first, and then we'll go into what our categories are and how we're gonna do this. Hitting the randomize button now.
I really want to go first.
You were going second, Kayla.
Okay.
So the randomizer picked me first, Kayla second, Mike third, and D will be fourth. We will snake around, so D, in the first round, you'll go last. In the second round, you will go first. What categories will we be filling today? We will be doing a category called historical. I didn't come up with great names for these. I'll just say that. So they are what they are, you know? So the historical category. So any character or like biopic, any historical character portrayed in pop culture. Animation. Any animated character throughout all of animation. Probably going to be movies and TV shows. I don't know how that would work in the video game category, but we'll see. The next category, we have the video game category. So any character from video games. Superhero, supervillain category. Any superpowered being that's ever been portrayed in pop culture there. Award winners. Any award winner. So we're talking Oscars, Emmys, the Game Awards, maybe the SAG Awards just happened last night, which opens up, a selection in this category. And then, of course, we've got the wild card category. So let's get to the Black History Month Pop Culture Draft, everyone. There will be 6 rounds. And again, that order is me first, Kayla, and Mike, and then Demetrius. After round 1, we will snake back. All right, so I get to go first. I think this might be the first draft I've ever gotten to go first. This is great. All right. Some of these are harder than others. I'm gonna go with the award winner category. For round 1. I'm gonna go with Jordan Peele. He won for Best Original Screenplay for Get Out in 2018, I think. And Jordan Peele's great. He's one of the coolest dudes out there right now, just making stuff. Got producer credit on all kinds of just interesting projects. And I don't know. I've enjoyed all 3 of his movies as well. Even though Nope was whatever. I didn't say Nope to Nope. It was great.
Watch Nope again, Eric.
I will. I've seen the other ones multiple times. Seen Get Out so many times, but yeah, I'll give it another shot.
Get Out's just so good.
Get Out's so good. And you actually like Us.
I love Us,
right?
I love Us. I think it's weird and cool and great.
All right, Kayla, you get round 1's second pick.
I'm gonna do another shout out to some naughties here. I'm gonna take my historical. I'm picking Fred Hampton from Judas and the Black Messiah. Some of the, Danny Boy better come up because we pretty much just ranked all of his stuff already. But just a fantastic performance, very moving. I can't say I knew anything about Fred Hampton before it, and I do now, and I think he was really cool.
Yeah, what a movie.
He stole mine. He stole my number 1 for that.
I wanted to go first, so I was really scared.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Well, Mike, you get pick number 3 in round number 1.
I'm gonna take historical as well. Not a person as important as Fred Hampton, but I'm gonna go with Chadwick Boseman's portrayal of James Brown.
Oh, nice!
And Get On Up. He captures the performance aspect of James really well, the dancing aspect and everything, and just what a force of nature he was on stage. But he also captures the opening scene of Get On Up is when James is holding his employees hostage with a shotgun. And if you watch interviews with James later in his life, you'll see just kind of out there he was, he was an interesting cat, and Chadwick captures that, the comedy of James brilliantly, I think, and that's my number one pick.
Man, good pick. See, Kayla, that's just like it locks in how badly we have to do a Chadwick Boseman just marathon.
I've been saying it for
I
years.
know. We literally almost watched 42 this morning and just ran out of time. But very soon. All right, Demetrius.
He's like king of the biopic. He had like there was like 4 other options for Chadwick in this
honestly
category.
Crazy,
Yeah.
how much he did in such a unfortunately short career. It's insane. Such a freaking loss. All right, D, you get to finish round 1.
So I'm going to call this pick my sandwich pick because it has many layers. But for historical figure, I'm going to go with Martin Luther King as portrayed in the Boondocks episode Return of the King.
Wow, nice.
Any layers?
Played by legendary voice actor Kevin Michael Richardson. Who has done just a little bit of everything. Just quick search. I knew he was Captain Gantu in Lilo and Stitch. He plays Kamek in the Super Mario Brothers movie. He is the voice of Robert Hawkins in Static Shock. His career spans a couple decades, you know what I mean? Like, he has been around for a long time doing everything. This portrayal of what if Martin Luther King had lived to, at the time, the early 2000s, and the speech he gives about the current state of just how Black culture was portraying, like, Black Americans in general. Nothing stuck with me more prominently in my life as far as being one of the most cutting speeches in the Adult Swim lineup, and also simultaneously being the funniest speech I think I've ever heard, because it's just a beautiful love letter to the power that Martin Luther King used to have in any given situation, while also parroting, the "I have a dream" speech. And that's just, I don't know how they did it so well. And it's one of my favorite things ever.
Man, good pick.
Great pick.
The Boondocks, what a cool show. I dig that show a lot.
Hey, look, want a Peabody for a reason, guys. I want a Peabody for a reason.
I've never seen it.
Oh man,
you should.
Yeah,
you should go watch all of it right now.
That time of Adult Swim, I was out. I wasn't.
That's fair.
Part of media at that time.
It's worth a watch and a rewatch. The only problem,
good nighttime show. Ooh.
Yeah, okay. Only problem, Kayla, is it is kind of technically anime, so I'm sorry.
I think I'd like that kind. I think I can.
It's like Chappelle Show anime.
Man, I was gonna make a Chappelle joke actually to start this draft, and we went too fast. I was gonna say something like, "Oh, it's just like the racial draft from Chappelle Show, except none of the white people."
Well, you guys are kind of talking me out of it. I kind of feel like it might be something I don't love.
Telling everyone, we're gonna actually, you know what? The draft is in fact canceled.
Hey man, that Chappelle Show is great. All right, we don't need to go into Chappelle himself. But round 1 has completed with me picking Jordan Peele in the award winners category. And then we had a run on the historical category. Fred Hampton, Daniel Kaluuya for Kayla in Judas and the Black Messiah. James Brown, Chadwick Boseman in Get On Up for Mike. And Demetrius with MLK Jr. from the Boondocks, played by Kevin Michael Richardson. Really, really great. All right, round 2. D, you get to start us off.
I'm going to knock my video game one out of the way. And I'm going to go with Silence from Horizon Zero Dawn.
Nice.
Give me that Lance Reddick love.
Whew. listen, I had to squeeze him in somehow. These lists were getting out of control, and his just presence in that game is just palpable. And in the second game, it's just it's just such a good like plot thread that just is so like thoroughly explored, and I got invested, and it was like, not the best story in the second one, so it was nice to have something to kind of latch onto.
Mm-hmm.
It's such great performance because that character is just so like stoic and uncaring, and like Lance Reddick can just perform the hell out of that. Like,
Yeah.
It's the great pairing of like
Damn.
perfect character, perfect performer. Like,
Yeah, he's so also menacing, but like patient and not threatening unless he like wants to be, and does it so coolly.
Yeah. As like much of a badass that Aloy is, like I don't think Silence ever feels like incapable, like in any encounter.
Oh, he'll kill her.
Right. Yeah, good pick. Silence, Lance Reddick. Mike, round 2.
I'm gonna go with my super villain
Nice.
here, and I will pick Shonuff, the Shogun of Harlem from The Last Dragon, played brilliantly by Julius Carey. What can I say about Shonuff? He just has like the most presence of any kind of antagonist ever in a movie. To me, he has like this whole posse, like his dojo of students. If you don't know, The Last Dragon is Barry Gordy's weird movie experiment mixed with a lot of his artists that were on Motown at that point. DeBarge is featured prominently in the movie, and Bruce Leroy is a young man who lives in Harlem who idolizes Bruce Lee in martial arts. But there's a bad guy named Shonuff who kind of, eats his Wheaties a couple times in the movies, and he has the glow, and he has this fucking red glow around him when he fights and shit, and just his speech, who's the baddest, Shonuff. It's great stuff. He's fantastic with the Gene Simmons like fucking big ass hair, and just like I bet Ninja Turtles was inspired by kind of the costume direction with him, like with some of Shredder's stuff and the Foot Clan and shit, because he's iconic. What can I say?
Yeah. Julius Carey died really young. I didn't realize. 56 in 2008. All right, great pick from Mike. Shonuff, played by Julius.
Yeah, great deep cut pick. I had to go look at a picture really quick, and sure enough, it was. I sat and I watched this movie with my uncles. It's such a ride. It's such a ride. And whenever I was doing my anime nonsense, that was my nickname. Watch out, little Blue Leroy over there. He's over there chopping boards.
So good.
So it definitely like as soon as you started talking, Mike, I was like, why do I feel so nostalgic all of a sudden? And I just remember that square up, like that final fight, and like just God. So great. Oh my God.
Glowy versus glowy. You can't.
Oh my God. So good. Just so good. Thank you. Thank you for that memory. That's all I got to say.
You're welcome.
Good stuff. Kayla, round 2 for you.
I am gonna take Miles Morales from Across the Spider-Verse, any of the Spider-Verses, like on animation. This is on animation, by the way, because it has its own style of animation. So I felt like it, I like when something just dives into being a little different, and course, it's got like great music in it, which I think just adds to the story and vibe of the whole thing. Of course, who doesn't love Miles Morales? You know, go do my own thing.
Kayla, one more time for everybody.
I knew I shouldn't
do my own thing.
I knew I shouldn't have left Miles Morales for round 2. That's value, even getting Miles in round 2 there in animation. Okay, so man, historical. We did have a run on historical here. I'm gonna go in the spirit of the season here. In video games, I'm gonna go Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII.
Fucker.
Yeah, had to do it to him. Barrett, it was always, you know, even in the original Final Fantasy VII, he's this like outsized character, not only because he's gigantic, but like as much as you can emote in those like polygons, those squares, he did that. You know, you knew that he was just this like wild man who loved
Got a theme song.
right, wild man who you know loved his daughter, loved his planet, all of that. And as with kind of everything, Final Fantasy VII Remake just like blew that out in such a cool way. You now get to actually see like, oh, that's what his face looks like. That's what like emotion looks like on Barrett and stuff, or you know how he speaks, and you know how his mouth moves, whatever. But also you get to really just blow him out, like how huge and cool. Like, I mean, dude's got a gun arm, right? Like just a cool like character design and really awesome character, and I'm excited to see what they do. You know, Remake had some interesting things happen to Barrett that weren't in the original, so who knows what could happen in Rebirth. So yeah, my pick's Barrett Wallace in the video game category for round 2 there. And that concludes. Also,
you forgot to say the most important thing, just a wonderful positive portrayal of a black man with a gun.
Very yes.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you said it. You said it.
Look, it's just the truth. They took the stereotypes, and it was a Japanese game, and you're like, okay, I hope this doesn't go where I think it's going. And he's a humanitarian. He's for the planet. Like, he is just the most well-intentioned character literally in the game.
Good call. Yeah. Hell yeah. Barrett's great. Barrett, I think I've grown to like him even more in Remake than I ever did in the original, having played.
Well, yeah, they flesh him out a whole lot. They give, you know, meat to his.
It was meat.
You get to see his actions and stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
Barrett's great.
Him humming the tune.
He was on mine too.
Is so good. Barrett Wallace.
Yeah, that was my number one.
Ooh, good stuff. A steal.
Mistakes were made.
A steal at round 2. I can't believe Barrett Wallace went in round 2. Miles Morales went in round 2. And who knew Shonuff was going to make it all the way to round 2 for Mike. And then Silence.
He's a S tier character for me. I'm glad I got Shonuff.
It's good stuff. So we had Barrett Wallace, Miles Morales, Shonuff, and Silence in round 2. I'm going to start off round 3. I'm glad I got this. I'm gonna go. So I got video game and award winner. I'm gonna go with historical here, and I'm gonna go with Coach Herman Boone from Remember the Titans, played by Denzel Washington. One of the. This is probably in the top 5, at least top 10 movies that I've seen the most times. It's definitely one of those like rewatchable, just like, oh, it came on TNT or whatever else. I'm going to like put this on. But it was also shown a bunch like in school, I remember, you know, like if you had a sub or something, like, hey, what does everyone want to watch? Like, let's check out Remember the Titans, that kind of thing. And it's just a cool, like there's some really, really great side character like actors. You're like, oh, that's that guy. And but it's just classic Denzel. It's like classic like mid-career Denzel, where every scene he's in, he just kind of like takes over. He seems like he would be the perfect like coach for a football team or something, just like the perfect motivational speaker. And the movie itself is poignant. It's based on a true story. I was reading up into some of like what of the events of Remember the Titans are true and what are not. And like there's a scene in the movie where a brick gets thrown through their like picture window and stuff, the family's picture window, and it was actually a toilet, like in real life, like the assholes, like the racists, like threw a whole ass toilet through their window. And like so the history is even worse than what's depicted on screen. But just powerful portrayal, like really great message of, you know, I'm not a huge football guy, but like I get it. I get how like sports can bring people together, and how we need to look for those type of things. Any opportunity we can to bring people together, and Denzel's just great. And you know, if I can get
Change lives.
any Denzel character in round 3, hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. So Coach Herman.
Yeah, and just fun fact: do you even think about the fact that this is a Disney movie?
No, not at all. Yeah. Not really.
Probably the craziest bit of trivia about this movie is that if you ask somebody who, you know, produced this movie, what studio put this movie out, they're going to be saying a lot of things, and it's not going to be Disney.
I agree. Yeah. I don't usually think about that at all.
Did Disney do Hidden Figures too? Because weren't we? What did we find out about that?
I think so. I think we saw it was at least on Disney Plus. I don't know who.
Right.
Yeah. Produced it, but no, it's an interesting fact. I mean, this movie came out way back in 2000, I think, or 2001.
Yeah, 2001 maybe.
Yeah, so yeah,
I was a little young for it.
Love Remember the Titans. I've seen it just countless times, and love Denzel. So
Nice.
Round 2, Kayla.
We've already talked about him. I'm taking my video game character, and it's Kratos. Christopher Judge being Kratos. I just love Kratos, and playing it again now. I just find he's so wise, and he's a man of few words, and all of his words are just so heavy and poignant. And it was my favorite scene of the year. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I realize even now, like, how many scenes lead up to that are just really, really good lines. You know, like the hardest battles are the ones you have within yourself and stuff, as he's like helping coach Freya through like accepting the deeds that she's done, and like wanting to hate Mimir for the things that he's done, but understanding we've all done shit, and like if these people accept me and will accept my help to get them somewhere, I'm gonna do it. And he does it just so organically, like silent. I don't know. He's just so delicately heavy.
Delicately heavy. I like it. Yeah, Kratos, performed by Christopher Judge. I had him in my award winner category as a potential, but video game, good stuff. Mike, round 3.
Man, video game character seems like, after doing research, like, hey, we don't have a lot of black people in video games.
Not the truth.
Unfortunately.
I don't think Kratos even like came up when I like Googled that. It was just kind of like, Kratos is black. And so is.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Like, and just a great portrayal of just
pick.
like him being like wrestling with fatherhood. And sorry, not to steal your spot again.
No, yeah.
Boomerang.
Inspired pick, I think. I have to take Lee Everett
Mm-hmm.
from The Walking Dead here. A game that I think works mainly because of Lee and his relationship with Clementine and trying, the lone cub, kind of story in this, and Lee is a really good Joel or whatever you want to call him in this. And and just this stuff, him grappling with his past and dealing with all of that, and just all of the relationships that he makes with the people. It made that game work. It blew up. It made Telltale like the Cinderella story of that decade. And Lee Everett.
Oh, is this the Walking Dead? The Walking Dead Telltale game?
Telltale, yeah.
Yeah.
The
I never played it.
original one.
Oh man, check it out, D. Like it's probably super cheap now. I guess I don't know how easy they are to find anymore with like Telltale being all weird.
I think they're all
still
available. All of the stuff, yeah.
Oh man, especially if you haven't been spoiled on it, like go in blind if you can. I think because there's like some shit happens, and man.
Yeah, I've heard you guys talk about these characters before. I didn't realize it was from the game.
It is so
yeah,
good.
I think like they were on our big board for overall Machina nonsense.
Yeah, at least Clem. I think Clem might still be on the bracket of nonsense at this point. Yeah, and Lee's so good.
Clem is great.
Just
okay.
Echo everything Mike said on that. Lee Everett is phenomenal. D, you get to finish out round 3.
Okay, so I did video game. I did historical.
Yep.
I'm gonna do my super villain in the same vein of essentially what Kayla did, but one that's been argued for. We're getting close. We're getting up there in years. Darth Vader, portrayed by James Earl Jones.
Dig it.
Hell yeah.
Before there was a Hayden Christensen, there was a James Earl Jones who just made one of the most the voice alone, man, like just so much presence. God, just truly iconic. I can't speak more on it. If you don't know who Darth Vader is, wow. What a treat
James Earl
to
Jones.
find out for the first time.
Yeah.
I wish I could find out for the first time again.
Yeah, man, good pick. I love
Terrifying.
I love that pick. Because all respect to Hayden Christensen and even little Anakin or whatever else.
No respect to that.
He gets our respect.
But James Earl Jones is Darth Vader. He is Anakin Skywalker for all intents and purposes. I love the pick. That finished round 3. So we had Darth Vader played by James Earl Jones in the supervillain category, Lee Everett from the Telltale's The Walking Dead in the video games category for Mike, Kratos performed by Christopher Judge in the video game category for Kayla, and I picked Coach Herman Boone from Remember the Titans, portrayed by Denzel Washington in the historical category. Round 4 begins with Demetrius.
Gonna go to animation, which was my hardest to narrow down. But I'm gonna go with Gerald from Hey Arnold.
Nice.
Great pick.
Best friend, ride or die.
Yeah.
Complex. Like, Hey Arnold just surprises with the complexity of these kids and the things they go through and how real they feel sometimes. And then at the same time, just like the goofiest little goobers you ever done watched. Yeah, it's just it was something that I always look forward to. Was just I'm gonna watch Hey Arnold. I know Arnold's gonna be a real one. I know Gerald's gonna be a real one. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. Just one of my favorite friend dynamics too. So good.
Very good. So such a wise young man. Sure.
So wise.
Oh, good stuff.
And he's just like keeps the lore of the town. Like, isn't he the,
I know,
he's the
dude.
one filling Arnold in like on every like that Stoop Kid, man. You don't know about Stoop Kid? Like that's to do with the
Bro.
pigeon.
So good. Gerald being the lore master of the world. Oh. After my own heart.
Man,
Gerald the Oracle. Man.
Good stuff. Gerald from Hey Arnold in the animation category for D. Mike, round 4.
I'm going to take my animated here. Now, what's the rule on Piccolo? What are we doing here? No, I'm
Hey, hey, if you have to ask, you know the answer.
You're right. I'm going to take a definite here. Hey, when doing my research, Piccolo just would come up.
Comes up all the time.
So
All the time. Every time.
But I'm not going to take Piccolo because I
Okay.
think that's still weird.
Okay.
I'm going to take Isaac from Castlevania.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Loved his story going from like basically a slave to Dracula and just forced to make be his devil master or devil forge master or whatever.
Mhm.
And then gaining his freedom and not really understanding like what to do with that at first. And then, going John Wick with it, and getting his revenge and the way he goes about it and his master plans and to summoning Legion to the final
So
fight.
good.
He has the 2 best moments of the whole show, I think. And just some of the most profound writing and stuff and performances from him. And just, man, what a dude.
Great pick. Yeah, Isaac's so good. So good. He's probably like maybe the most fleshed out, like from beginning to end character in those 4 seasons.
Yes.
Good stuff. Kayla, round 4.
Okay. I guess I'll do my super. I'm gonna do my super.
Hero or villain?
I'm gonna take Black Panther.
Nice.
I mean,
pretty good pick.
The goat. How did he get all the way here?
Now,
I thought for sure I had to have backups on that.
Now, are we doing T'Chaka? Which,
T'Challa. Let's do Chadwick Boseman because.
Well, I took Boseman, so he's erased from everything.
Yeah.
No.
You Boseman, sorry. Actually, if you're going Boseman, that's going to be a no. Sorry.
No, we got to.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What a great.
Do your thing.
Just what a great. Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther was like it's probably still the highest gross Marvel movie. What was the stat?
The Infinity War
and some kind of record.
I think it might be
the best rated, maybe.
Highest solo, maybe.
Yeah, highest.
Yeah,
I
like
think it's
solo-
like the highest
solo movie?
definitely by
it
like
broke records.
It was nominated for Best Picture. Like I don't
nuts. It's the breakthrough like Marvel movie, honestly.
That.
Yeah, super stacked cast, like super heartfelt. Just also like it's. And even like I guess I can take him as 1 and 2, just going over into the second one, how they dealt with the death of that and the trailer that year of that. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Just how moving that character is and how much it means to so many people is just undoubted.
I don't think anyone looks cooler in their suit in those movies than Chadwick. Just I don't know, just the length of his torso and just I don't like how that suit fits him. It's just like, man, damn, like, just like the baddest motherfucker.
And he's just so like calm under pressure, handles business. He's just awesome.
Stuff.
Like a true leader.
I mean, the hero villain category stacked. So
Yeah.
Lots of great picks. Lots of great picks.
Good stuff. Kayla with the Black Panther T'Challa pick in her superhero category. Okay, so I've done historical, video game, and award winner here. Don't have a super character. Okay, then it is the most stacked category. I'm gonna go with a super villain. Yeah, let's say super on theme here. I'm gonna go with a super villain.
Do it.
My second favorite super villain in the entire MCU. Eric Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan. In Black Panther.
My backup.
Until. Yeah, I mean, Thanos is kind of singular and he had so much setup, but like as just a one-off villain, Eric Killmonger is the best for my money. I think he's just like
dripping.
Michael B. Jordan's such a cool dude, and and Eric Killmonger is such like just this like quiet, calm killer of a character, and
But he has the show enough shit. Like he brings that like I'm here now. And this is my shit.
Right.
It was palpable. When he did talk, the charisma was out of control.
Right. Dripping. Just whew.
So good.
And then he has like some of the best stuff in What If, and
it's unfair.
He kind of pulls a pivotal scene together in Black Panther 2 as well. And for the villain of the previous movie to be able to fill what he does in that moment, like that's something special.
Love Killmonger. Love Michael B. Jordan for that matter. And
cheers.
Good stuff. So round 4 completes. I picked Eric Killmonger from Black Panther in my super villain category. Kayla picked T'Challa, the Black Panther, in her superhero. Isaac was Mike's pick from Castlevania, the animated show, in his animated category. And Gerald was Dee's pick from Hey Arnold, also in the animated category. Stuff. I get to start off round 5. I'm loving how my draft is actually going right now. I'll leave wildcard for last, so I have the animated category, and I'm gonna pick HBO's Spawn, played by Keith David. Just really good. I saw it around the time that it came out. Too young, I will say.
Naughty.
But
it's the only way.
I've rewatched it. Yes, there are boobies. There's a lot of things I should not have seen as a kid. But I was like, Spawn might be my first like favorite superhero like comics and stuff. I remember going to the library as a kid, and someone had like donated their comic book collection to the local library, and they would let you, if you were a kid, you could like take a comic home and just have it or whatever else. And like they had some Spawn shit, probably also too young for me to be checking out the Spawn comics.
100%.
But Spawn was just so cool. Todd McFarlane, the toys, like, I mean, I still stand for the movie too. You know, I feel like the movie's all right. But
they don't call me the prolisticator.
Oh, that's good.
They don't call me
get that new one. I hope that can happen. I think it could be dope.
Did they cast John Leguizamo?
No, but I think they have a good Spawn in Jamie Foxx, and that's where he.
Oh yeah, he's matured enough for it. I think he's matured enough for it. Honestly,
I'd be into it. I mean,
I think Jamie can do anything.
Yeah.
Now I agree with you. Yeah. Now,
yeah, right. Well, he's not Buns no more from Booty Call. He's Jamie Foxx.
Like I said, he's matured enough to do it.
Booty Call, when you're looking up Black History Month movies on HBO, real high on the list. I'll just say that. Booty Call, very high. So my pick was Spawn from the HBO animated series. Too short, that Spawn series. Round 5. Kayla, you get your pick in round 5.
feel like it's right to leave wild card for the end, but I'm interested. I'm gonna do my wild card now.
Nice. Hell
And
yeah.
I am gonna try to pick Spike Lee because
Okay.
when I look up Black History movies, who made this movie? Spike Lee. Who made this movie? Spike Lee. Spike Lee. Spike Lee. Like, man, the voice of the people. Like, wow. Spike Lee.
Man. Yeah, we were just talking about Black Klansman just yesterday, and what a
Like that
movie.
movie?
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
and that's
He's got
his
such
Oscar.
style and flair in his movies too that really like are fun to watch, even when it is something that's like ripping your heart out.
Good pick, man. Spike Lee. I didn't even think to put Spike Lee on my list. That's insane
Like,
stuff.
am I next?
Mike is next, round 5.
I'm going to take the man who presented Spike with his Oscar,
Ooh.
and I'm going to take Samuel L. Jackson as my wild card for Jules in Pulp Fiction. Like his wallet said, he's just a bad motherfucker. And I think Jules is the best character in that movie, even though every time I watch it, I kind of have a different favorite, you know. But Jules has the best lines. Everything that Sam says in that movie is something I bring up in my everyday life. Like, it's the best, and it was probably not my introduction to Samuel Jackson, but definitely to like, oh, this is what he's not just the angry guy all the time. Like he can do it all too, and love his his other work with Quentin and stuff and roles later on, but this is my favorite for sure.
I actually just had Samuel Jackson as in Tarantino as my wild card. That was gonna be I was gonna kind of cheat there because Jules is the best.
Wild card.
Jules is the best, but I mean it's so good.
Yeah, like his character in Django is like a Boondocks kind of character. Like a very over the top, crazy, great character, but Jules is where it's at for me.
What a guy. Samuel Jackson.
Good. Great pick.
In the wild card category. D, you get to finish off round 5.
I'm going to do my wild card, actually. And just surprised up until now, has not been mentioned, but Donald Glover.
Nice.
Great pick.
He is the definition of a wild card. Just crazy talented musician. Amazing screenwriter, director. Like he acts his ass off. He can do fucking comedy and stand up. He's put his hand and feet and soul into so many different things. Like him, a Community. Like it's just the list keeps going, and he just does not stop. He just keeps doing something different and doing it well. Like maybe not every time the cream of the crop, but man, he performs, and it's amazing to watch. And I just aspirational, you know what I mean? Like he makes you believe that, oh, like you really don't have to stay in your lane if you have a clear vision about what you want to do.
Nice stuff. Good pick.
He's amazing. One of those guys, I remember him being like internet famous first, like just having viral comedy videos, and then to see him just become an it guy in Hollywood and a young black man at that. It shows just, okay, he is like Jordan Peele. He is that kind of singular talent. And D, have you checked out Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Prime?
No, I have been eyeing that thing for like a week and a half now. Just waiting to see kind of like reviews and just reception.
It's great.
Okay.
He's great in it. It's just like, oh, you've mastered this, like this person, like this kind of charismatic, sarcastic guy. Like you've you figure that out, and
Ooh.
it's A plus stuff from him.
Okay. Well, I mean, after Barry,
Yeah.
I guess we're doing Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Nice.
I forgot to mention that earlier. I started watching Barry.
Oh,
Do you like it?
so excited.
I liked the first couple episodes a lot.
Oh, good. Very good.
So I will be continuing to watch it. I'll update you guys later.
That's exciting.
Thank you.
That's
Awesome.
so exciting.
All right.
Donald Glover, D's pick in wild card. Samuel Jackson, Jules in his wild card. Spike Lee, Kayla's wild card, and Spawn, the HBO animated series for me in my animation category. Donald Glover, I want Prowler. I want him to be able to fully play the Prowler in something in the MCU, I guess.
Just let him do a thing in there. Just let him in. Let him in.
Yeah, I hope so. They've teased it at least. All right, final round and not just a wild card round at this point. That's great. D, you get to start it off. Round 6.
My last category I have is award winners, and I'm gonna go with Viola Davis.
Nice.
Great pick.
Can't go wrong.
She's won a lot of awards. Which one are you?
Our house.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I don't have to say.
Boom. Nice. Very nice.
I don't have to say anything. She's amazing. Again, God does it all, man. Just does it all. Just delivers every time. Just you could say all the things. You say everything.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna. She was high up on my historical because I thought the Woman King, the Woman King was like really really good, and just like her physical transformation that was insane.
Exactly.
So yeah, what a pick, award winner.
I believe I heard all over the internet the exact phrase used for her in the Woman King was mother.
Yeah, exactly.
And just how she can be in something like the original Suicide Squad, and her Amanda Waller can make that thing just that much better. Like, doesn't make it a great movie or anything, but just like, oh, she brought it.
Watch
like
that part.
even for these fucking like what some people might just think of a paycheck, she doesn't. She cares about her craft so much.
Yeah.
And to go from killing it in movies, I think she did the Broadway Fences with Denzel, I want to say.
Yes.
And then to go and do, I'm going to have my own TV show now, and I'm going to win Emmys for that shit. Like, and then I'll go back to movies. I'll do this, bounce back to whatever. She's a pro.
I think there's supposed to be an Amanda Waller show as well. At least it's been like talked about.
So, I'd watch it. If she's in it, I'm watching.
She could do it.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch that than Penguin.
Let her kill Calendar Man. All right, let her kill him.
Oh, good stuff. Mike, round 6, final pick.
My last category is award winner. I'm going to go with Keenan Ivory Wayans, who won for, let me see here, creator of In Living Color, the great comedy family, all of the Wayans, so great. But one for Outstanding Variety Show in 1990. And I want to tell you the cast of SNL that year. So you got Dana Carvey, Phil Hartman, Mike Myers, Chris Farley, like Sandler, Spade.
Goodness.
And In Living Color beat that shit that year. And that was my kind of introduction to comedy growing up. Fox was showing In Living Color Saturday nights. Every Saturday I was watching. I didn't know what SNL was. For some reason, I would watch Simpsons, and then this show would come on, I believe, right after. And I don't know. I probably shouldn't have been watching it, but I'm glad I did. Because I got to see Damon Wayans, David Alan Grier, Jamie Foxx, Jim Carrey every week, just doing the funniest fucking shit and just opening my world up to something I don't know. If I didn't watch this show, I don't know. I don't know what I would have been into, who I would have become even. It's kind of that kind of show for me. I remember just I don't know. It broadened everything for me. And then to see how all of these people blew up, and I'm not surprised by it at all because I knew just how talented and great all these people were on this show every week. And it's a crime that it's not available really to stream anywhere. I always kind of, it pops in my head and I'm like, I want to watch that. And I think you just have to hunt down the DVD box sets at this point. Great stuff. Very foundational stuff for me.
Man, that's sick. Good stuff. That comparison to SNL, like nuts. That's so wild.
Yeah.
That's good.
Tinfoil hat time. It's super weird that it's not available to stream, huh? But SNL, real easy to stream.
Yes.
Huh. Ouch. Kayla, round 6, final pick.
My last pick is award winners, and I'm picking Quinta Brunson.
Nice.
She's a newly what's the word? Newly available to pick in this category. Man, she's just so funny. She was doing like videos and stuff on Facebook too. That's how she got started. She was just like in a comedy club making silly videos and writing, and she is the creator and writer of Abbott Elementary, which I think is just so clever and so heartfelt, and I love it. It's funny.
Good show.
She's saucy too. She's a bit.
Great pick. Abbott's great.
Mm-hmm.
She's hilarious. She's so compact. She's such like a small human, but with this like insane outsized personality. It's great. She's a cutie. I like Quinn a lot. Good stuff. I get the last pick. Round 6. Wild card.
Don't fuck it up.
I hope I don't think this is a fuck up. I'm gonna pick. Guess I just love HBO all of a sudden. But the Max original. Watchmen.
Hell yeah.
What a okay, I go into this thinking I'm getting, I like the movie Watchmen. I'm just getting more in that universe or whatever else. But to throw everything completely, to be such a message show, and my first hearing about the Tulsa race massacre, told in a superhero show, just insane. Just such a twist that did not see coming in when I started the show. But
Old days.
I mean, Dr. Manhattan is, a black man now, and it just makes perfect sense. And it's my introduction to Yahya Abdul-Mateen, just a really great actor. And I don't know, how this blends the historical fact with this alternate historical fiction in this Watchmen universe. And just tells this really awesome message. I don't know, I'm struggling for words. It's one of my favorite shows of all time, and just kind of threw me for a loop seeing this. Didn't think I'd learn so much from a superhero show. HBO's Watchmen.
Great pick.
My pick.
Great, fantastic pick.
Lindelof, the GOAT.
Oh, yeah. True that. Good stuff. So let's recap the draft. I'll do it in person order, I guess. I picked Jordan Peele as my award winner, Barrett Wallace as my video game character, Coach Herman Boone, played by Denzel Washington, for my historical character, Eric Killmonger from Black Panther in my super villain, Spawn, HBO's animated Spawn in my animated category, and Watchmen, the Max original, for my wild card. Great show. Kayla picked Fred Hampton, played by Daniel Kaluuya from Judas and the Black Messiah, for her historical category. Miles Morales in the animated category. Kratos, played by Christopher Judge in the video game category. T'Challa, Black Panther, in her superhero category. Spike Lee as a wild card. And Quinta Brunson in the award winner category. Mike picked James Brown as portrayed by Chadwick Boseman in his historical category. Shonuff, R.I.P. Julius Carey in his supervillain category, I should say. Lee Everett from Telltale's The Walking Dead in the video game category. Isaac from Castlevania from Netflix in the animated category. Samuel L. Jackson Jules in the wildcard category from Pulp Fiction. And Keenan Ivory Waynes in the award winner category for In Living Color. Demetrius picked Martin Luther King Jr. As portrayed on The Boondocks by Kevin Michael Richardson in his historic category. Silence as portrayed by Lance Reddick in video game category. Darth Vader, James Earl Jones in his super villain category. Gerald from Hey Arnold in the animated category. Donald Glover as a wild card. And Viola Davis as his award winner. Bad pick in the bunch, guys. That was a fun draft. I think we nailed it. I think we got this one.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. I don't
Great
know,
picks.
guys.
Great picks.
That was episode 159. Any last minute? We should probably do a couple honorable mentions, right? I've got more. We've already mentioned her, but Clementine from Telltale's Walking Dead. Lee doesn't work without Clementine. Clementine doesn't work without Lee. Just really, really great character. I had Piccolo. I know, Mike, there was some controversy there, but I had Piccolo as a wild card.
Ain't no controversy. No controversy. We claim him.
All good.
Ron Stallworth from Black Klansman as portrayed by John David Washington. Really, really cool historical character. Storm from X-Men, of course, animated or in video game form, I suppose. Angela Abar from Watchmen, great character, and also Dr. Manhattan. And finally, I had Ayo Edebiri as an award winner. Those were my honorable mentions.
Love Io.
Yes, what'd you guys
I was
like?
on my long list too. I like. I want to say I thank you, Dee, for getting a woman on there. Me and Dee had the only women on our list. So I had just when I was thinking of people okay, Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah, just some of the big heavy.
Regina King.
Yes.
Mm.
Hey man,
Actually, yeah.
Watchmen.
Sorry, I just had a package delivered.
Okay.
By a 6-year-old. Yeah, I think we hit all of the animated ones that I had on my list, except I had one more, Garnet from Steven Universe.
Yes. On my short list.
Voiced by the singer Estelle, for American Boy fame. She does a great job with Garnet. Great songs. Garnet, the first same-sex marriage on Cartoon Network.
Whoa.
Was Garnet. Garnet is a fusion of two characters that create Garnet.
Spoilers.
That's awesome.
Nah, come on. Steven Universe is great. You should watch it, no matter what. The great Richard Roundtree character Shaft. Just growing up, and it seemed like everything referenced Shaft.
Yeah.
Or the theme song to Shaft or something, I guess I just watched a lot of those Warner Brothers shows. And
You definitely did. You definitely did. I'm right there with you.
Everything from the 70s and 80s. So shout out to Shaft. I love Tekken. A lot of great African American characters in Tekken.
Say him. Say his name. Say the one.
Well, I like Raven. Raven. I like Raven.
Quit playing games. You know who I'm talking
I'm
about.
an Eddie Gordo guy myself.
Eddie
I'm an Eddie
Gordo,
Gordo.
sure.
Yeah.
I think
He's on my long list.
I hate Eddie Gordo. Raven is where it's at.
Boo, Raven, boo.
Yeah. Award winners, Mahershala Ali,
Mm.
who's won 2 Oscars now. Like, I'll kind of watch anything with him in it. Jamie Foxx, we mentioned as well, won an Oscar for Ray, and probably, I'm sure, countless other awards as well.
Yeah, so many.
Love Jamie. Wild card, I had Eddie Murphy on my wild card. Just another, like, always been like a Robin Williams type for me growing up, like always around, like just all of his movies were on all of the time, and just the funniest dude on the planet.
Yeah.
And Lakeith Stanfield, who is just like insert into any movie and he's great, can do it all, and my dude.
I should have shouted out I just beat the Phantom Liberty DLC for Cyberpunk, and Idris Elba's character Solomon Reed is cool as fuck in that.
Yeah.
And he's just it's
Surprisingly.
Yeah, it's a cool character too, like it's a poignant character. But yeah, just he's super cool. Super spy. Love it.
Sick. Y'all honorable mentioned out, Mike. I mean, I got some. For historical, I have our boy Denzel again as Malcolm X.
Yeah, sure.
I only had two popped in my head when I was thinking about this. And I really lean to the other one just because of how frequently I think about it. Sometimes it's just because I remember a funny part. Sometimes it's because I'm just thinking about something a little heavy and it lines up. But man, Malcolm X, that again, one of the most quoted movies in the Black community, most referenced, and just other media. Like Denzel's performance in this really kind of like paved a way for the type of like movies he was gonna like. It's just that one. With my superheroes and villains, we already talked about one of them I didn't say, which is Amanda Waller. But I was specifically thinking of like the DC animated universe, where she just has that presence, that background, like not villain, but there is always this obstacle of Amanda Waller is doing X and getting in the way of something positive. The other one that I was kind of back and forth between James Earl Jones and this one, but Mr. Glass.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson played Mr. Glass in Unbreakable, and in his own movie, didn't have a lot of positive feelings in his own movie, but he did still come out and perform. In the animation category, the list goes on and on. I just kept thinking of so many, but I mean, just from the top of my head, the other one that was on Nickelodeon that meant a lot to me was Tucker and Danny Phantom, who was like his best friend and his guy in the chair type of character. Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog. And then in like anime, it's Kanami Tosin from Bleach, who was kind of like a twist villain in that story. And then Usopp from One Piece. Both live action and in One Piece. We get him. We get a guy. We get a guy in One Piece. It was nice. Yeah, man. Just I mean, it goes on. Video games. Officer Tenpenny from San Andreas. Fortune from Sons of Liberty. Lifeline from Apex Legends. Yeah, just as I was thinking about it, like I just like it. It just means so much to me that there's this thick of a list that none of us stepped on each other's toes. And that's the kind of representation that we have today. And that means so much to small me, who had to fight to think of someone who directly represented me, not just in like personality. I could always find someone like I vibed with. That wasn't an issue for me. But to see like, hey, that's a little black kid just like me. That's amazing. This is great. This is wonderful. It's not something I worry about anymore because it's here and quality. And then my last wild card was Walter E. Jones, the first Black Power Ranger.
Oh,
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, good stuff.
I'll throw out Sister Tia and Tamara Mowry because that's
See?
what I got home. And that's what I watched. And
Shout out to the little brothers, Taj Mowry and Omar
Yeah.
Gooding. On Smart
Right?
Pass.
See?
right, they were good.
Oh,
But we got to talk about Phil Lamar as well. If
Yes.
we're bringing up,
Amp.
we talked about Keith David.
Oh,
You
my
know,
God.
Phil Lamar also just a god tier voice actor and a legend.
Good.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
Good.
Vamp.
Vamp. So
Vamp.
good. What a voice. Like Phil Lamar is one of the he transforms. Like his voice is, I love Troy Baker, but I mean, I don't know, man. Phil Lamar's pretty impressive. Good stuff, guys. That was fun. Go out and celebrate Black History Month. Go check all this stuff out if you haven't. Like, check out Watchmen or Malcolm X or Get On Up or anything. Like, do something.
Play Tekken.
Play
You know,
We're
Tekken.
just
gonna
sit
go-
here and fucking mash with Eddie Gordo.
Hey, out there, it's our birthright. Play Tekken.
We're gonna try to go watch American Fiction. That's
Yes,
what
we
it's called,
are.
right?
Yeah, we're
Hell
gonna go
yeah.
and see American Fiction.
Ooh,
Still
okay.
in theaters, so limited theaters. We're gonna have to get out there and get. But
Yeah.
go check something out. All right, guys. Episode 159 is in the books. We did the Black History Month pop culture draft. Hope you had a lot of fun. You can catch us on all social media or machineofnonsense@gmail.com. Drop us a line. We're getting out of here, and we're saying happy Black History Month. See you guys.
Bye.
Yo, Eric, I'm really happy for you. I'm going to let you finish, but